energy. Here we go. What's up, Paradise City Comic-Con? How you feeling?
All right.
Yeah, it's time for the Dragonball Z stars right now. Give it up for Chris Ranger and Josh Martin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's up?
That's right.
Yeah. Meet you up.
Y'all feeling all right? How's it going? No. How y'all feeling? All right.
That was still kind of half-assed.
We're getting there. I think
it's still Friday.
we got to stretch out,
right?
All right? Got to stretch it out.
There you go. Stretch it out.
And kick. And I'm 50. No? This crowd probably doesn't remember
No, right?
that SNL sketch.
So, thanks for having us.
Yes.
Hi.
Thanks for being here, you guys. Awesome. How are you enjoying our winter here in Miami? Nice and rainy.
Oh, man. Literally, it's about to like freeze over in Dallas where we're from. And so it was very lovely to see like highs of 77, lows of 71.
We barely got off the ground.
Yeah.
Really?
It was 56 in the morning, 56 when we woke up, and 30.
Yeah, when we
About
left.
30 when we left.
Yeah.
Wow, so they barely made it here, you guys. Come on,
Thanks for having us.
that was the applause you could muster up for these superstars?
Audience.
Wow. We're hanging out with two
been a long
living
day for them,
legends right
too.
now. And they're already on Red Cup time.
Water.
Asked your mom. She gave it to me.
Oh, sick
sorry.
burn.
That's just how I am.
This is the VIP panel, right?
Of course.
I'm just a jerk.
No, you're
Kind
not
of like
a jerk,
Satan.
man.
Kind of
Come
like
on.
Satan.
A little bit, yeah?
A little bit. We share a lot of the same qualities.
Some similarities.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, someone's calling me.
Not turning your cell phone off at an interview.
What is
Jeez.
that? It's my mom.
Way to go, Satan.
Really? Hold on. Hello?
Hello?
I can't, Mom. I'm in the middle of a panel at a convention. I'm on stage right now talking to you. I'm in Miami.
Hi, Mom.
Make some noise, Miami. See,
Nice.
both of them cheered. Sunday night.
Yes.
Okay, Mom, I love you.
Yeah,
Bye, Mom.
Chris Rager's mom.
Yeah.
There it is.
Fun, right? Good times.
Right on.
She must have
Good
felt
times.
you talking about someone else's mom, and then...
Right? That's what it was. She's like, did you say something about that boy's mom? Chris Rager. Christopher Franklin Rager. That's my full name.
Rager?
Franklin.
Franklin.
It is Rager. But, I work in anime and video games. So if you want to say Rager, I'm cool with that too.
It matches the rage of Hercules.
Right.
It's perfect.
Yes, I play a lot of characters who have rage. So, it's befitting.
So
I guess.
those are the characters you mostly channel, is the angry, upset, evil ones.
No, I think that's just what the directors think that I can only do.
Okay.
Chris can only yell and scream and get mad and stuff. No, but I've been having lots of fun with lots of fun other characters that aren't so yelly and screamy. So, but
Very cool. And Happy New Year, first of all. Happy New Year. What do you guys
Happy
got
New Year.
going on? How was did you guys party it up, or?
we did not. Well, we actually went down to Austin, but we didn't celebrate on New Year's Eve. Just the weekend before. That Sunday was New Year's Eve, I guess, right? Or that Monday was, maybe? I can't remember.
Right.
Monday, I think.
Monday was, right. But so we had partied all weekend, and by Monday, we're like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, Sunday night rolled around. I put the kids in bed about 9 o'clock, and after the fake YouTube countdown, right? Did that. Oh, look, the ball. Woo, Happy New Year. Time for bed. And cocktail time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then the
You
real
lied
countdown.
to your children about the New Year's and made them watch a YouTube video of
No, I
last
didn't.
year?
Actually, I
It's been
thought
like
about
this.
it. I thought about it. It's weird.
No,
is
but
that
that's
we did
brilliant,
try to-
is what
we
I'm
tried-
saying.
We tried to do that last year, and there were no good videos out. And all of a sudden this year, there's like 9 million different, hey, tell your kids it's countdown year. you know,
Right,
or whatever.
go to bed
right?
early.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Right.
but the girls were like, no,
Or
let's
just be
try
a
and stay
parent
up.
and tell your kid to go to bed because you're a mom and dad.
Exactly. I said go to bed.
You don't need a YouTube video to convince your children. If you do, just give them up.
You lied to me all these years.
Right?
No, we let them. We said, okay, cool. Hey, yeah, let's stay up till midnight. Let's party. Let's do it. About 10:30. Okay. Can we play with your iPad in the bed? No. We're gonna stay up till midnight, and then you go to bed. About 11 o'clock rolled around. I think I'm just gonna go to bed. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure? Because you're gonna miss it. No, I'm tired. Okay. We didn't have to do nothing.
No,
No
do
lying
nothing.
necessary.
I wish I knew that trick, man. We had the nieces and nephews running all over till 2 in the morning, lighting off fireworks. It was going crazy.
Yeah.
But we had a good time, man.
Yeah, you were having a lot more fun than we were.
Well, that's New Year's, man. But at least you guys, I mean, you both live in Dallas. You guys hang out a lot together?
We do. And in real life, Josh and I are in real life best friends.
How awesome is that? They get the best job in the world, and they get to hang out with their best friend all the time. That's
Like
cool.
long before,
Worked
like
out.
I've been doing Dragon Ball for 18 years now. I have known Josh Martin for 22 plus years, and we have been friends since then. So long before, at least a few years before we were ever on Dragon Ball Z, we were
23 years this
We were
month.
friends. We've been performing live improv comedy, sketch comedy for years with each other, and just auditions come along, and you get these parts, and things happen, and it just turned out that these two characters were also ending up to be buds, to be best friends, and life imitating art in some strange way.
That's so awesome. I mean, like, did you guys hook each other up with the gig, or how did it work out? Like, who got it first?
I did,
And then, you went to read.
I did. I went to read. I saw Hercule was on the docket that day. I didn't know his name was Mr. Satan or anything. I thought that was a lot cooler. I still don't really like the name Hercule. They made that up. His name's now Mark Satan, right?
Right, yeah, Mark.
Right, Mark Satan, which is really, if you say it in Japanese, it's Maku, or in a anagram, it'd be Akuma. So his name really is Demon Satan, and his daughter Videl, or Devil. He's messing with your mind, man. Anyway, so basically, I like the little kind of weird thing that's happening there. But where were we going with that? I lost my train of thought. What? Yes. Thank you. One more for you. What happened?
Uh-oh, my man lost his...
We got low battery. Hey, no, we'll get you another mic. We need another mic up here for new mic stat. This one died. All right. Anyway, no, we were talking about just who got it first, who hooked each other with the gig. You went to read for
I went to
Hercule.
read for it. I saw Hercule on the docket. And I thought, man, that guy looks like a pro wrestler. And so I kind of embodied these
Thank you, Ursula, everybody.
These pro wrestlers of the 80s that I grew up watching and loving. So it was a little bit of Hulk Hogan, a little bit of Randy Macho Man Savage. They liked it. They gave me the part. And then Josh and I have been performing in a comedy troupe called Section 8 Comedy. It was myself, Josh Martin, people like Mike McFarland. You might know him as Master Roshi and lots of other characters in the anime world, director of many, many animes. So we were all performing together. And Mike was the one that kind of got, was like, hey, you should go audition. So I did. And, and we all kind of did. But I got the part first. And then Sabat one day came to the show. He was the director, obviously.
Chris Sabat.
Chris Sabat. Right.
Yeah.
Vegeta, Piccolo.
We're on a last name basis.
Yamcha, like all the Ginyu Force guys. I mean, you know who he is. Jackass. No, kidding. I love Sabat. Anyway, he comes to the show, and in that show, Josh had been performing a character for a long time that had been a popular character. And Josh, I'll let you tell the story from there.
Well, it's a character called the Pillsbury Homeboy. And as you might be able to figure out, the Pillsbury Doughboy gets jumped on his way home from school one day by the Keebler Elves.
Right.
And he's had enough of the bullying,
Right.
the ridiculing.
We made them like rival gangs,
Right.
like East Side, West Side. It was Keebler versus Pillsbury.
Yeah, so he,
You know.
he starts listening to gangster rap music. He decides to be a gangster rapper himself. And so I redid Snoop Dogg's, ultimately I redid Snoop Dogg's, What's My Name?
Yeah.
And
Pillsbury homeboy. Anyway.
so, and then, Sabat came to see that and took took Pillsbury. Nothing says loving like the blunts I be puffing.
Here's how this conversation went. He came up to Josh. He was like, "Hey, Josh, I got this. There's this pink guy in the show, and I think maybe you could do his voice. What do you think about that?"
All right, sure.
Yeah, he's big fat pink guy. He's like a.
Okay.
All right, I think
sure.
it might fit.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, that's the most accurate Chris Sabat
That's Sabat.
impersonation.
That's really good.
Dead on Sabat.
Not even.
So yeah, I went in the next day and they showed me the anime and they showed me the lines, and he didn't have very many lines at all. It was just mostly fighting and getting hit and boo, I think, was all he ever said, because it was a running joke for me that's my only line is boo. Yeah. But yeah, it worked out. He kept having me back. I was like, wow, okay. I didn't know it was still Japanimation in my head. I didn't know there was a different term. I only had, reference to Speed Racer. And then my favorite was Animaniacs at the time. So, I was brand new to all that. Sabat explained that, the idea behind the character, and that he changed all these figures and stuff. In my mind, why? Yeah. And he was like, all right, that's great. We'll see you next week. I was like, I guess that worked. And then it's like, what? 18 years later now, and I'm still doing it.
It's awesome.
I mean, really.
Yeah, so thank y'all for watching it and giving me a reason to do it. It's stupid fun.
I just like that it's like a poke at Disney with the bibbity bobbity boo. It's kind of like, we stole your thing.
Nothing
says lovin'. I can't even.
187
I'm not
with
even
my
gonna try.
dough in your mouth, biatch.
It was gangster rap, guys.
What's my muffin bacon name? That's edited.
Right.
Just so you
That
know.
was so TV set clean. That was perfect.
If there's an 18 up panel, maybe later.
Yeah, let me know if you want to come to the 18 up panel or after hours. I can give you the unedited version. There's not. That's too bad.
It's too bad.
Should
They
be.
should have
yeah.
You'll just have to follow us to.
I think there will be an impromptu
convention.
one.
An unofficial,
Lobby
non-sanctioned after party. It's going down.
Everybody bring $1.
Yes.
Just give me $1. Well, you can bring someone up with you.
You could bring a friend. Plus one.
Right.
So you guys started off, improv, stand-up comedy. Did you guys do any traditional acting before that? Like TV, commercials, stuff like that?
Yeah, we actually met in acting school. So it was 1995, 96, right? We met at the Katie.
This month, 95.
Really? No way.
January 95.
Is that when we started?
I started in January 94.
Right.
And it only took me about 6 months being away from Louisiana, where I grew up by myself at the age of 19. It only took me about 6 months to not go to class.
Yeah, Josh almost flunked out of acting school by not going.
Right? Yeah, it was a whole new thing. I don't have to. Oh, well, I don't want to. I'm not going to. And then one morning, Chuck Gale called me, and he was like, "Hey, Josh, what are you doing?"
What are you doing?
I said, "I'm sleeping." He goes, "Okay. Tell you what, go back to sleep. When you wake up, give me a call, and let's have a meeting." I fucking love, pardon my language, I love Chuck Gale.
He was a great
That's
teacher.
my pod, and I love him then, I love him now. And it crushed me to take that phone call and disappoint him that way,
Right.
But I met him, and he was like, "Dude, you've missed too much. There's two ways to do this. Either I kick you out, or we come to a mutual decision that you're going to take some time off." So we picked B, and I took some time off, and when I came back, it was January 90.
Right. So Josh and I I had already gone through one semester, and Josh and I ended up starting our second semester there together at the same time. So that's where we met, and we went through acting school together. We started several comedy troupes with one another in many different facets. Our first one was called Actors Without a Stage. We thought that was very clever. We then became Dead Comic Society after a while, and then ultimately was Section 8 Comedy. And then, which had a lot of success. We actually did very well in Dallas for quite some time and played all over the place with the Mavs at the racetrack. You know, we went to LA a few times. We did well. By that time, we didn't suck anymore. You know, we had to go. You have to go through when you're an artist and you're starting to create things and stuff like that. In the beginning, you know, you got good taste and you want it to be good. You know, it's probably you know what good is. It's just that what you're doing isn't quite there yet. You know, and it kind of sucks. But it wants to be good, and then, you know, you just keep doing it and keep working at it, and over time, eventually it is good. And, you know, at least you hope it's good.
Did you have any, like, standout, like you had the Pillsbury Homeboy, which was one of your go-to characters in your shows. Did you have any go-to character? This joke is going to hit.
Oh, my God. I'm not sure if this is going to go over well.
This is a VIP panel. I just want to make this clear, right?
Is that what this is?
We're gonna open up to questions in a moment.
Okay, we will do We're adults here.
This isn't bad. This isn't the bad thing.
It's early 2000s, late 90s.
I think today
things were different.
I think today this character probably would not have flown as well as it did. But in our defense, I'll just start with what the characters was. I had a character that people really loved. His name was Byron, and Byron was special. We kind of went the 9 yards. He wore a helmet. He had these goggles, and he was very much like a character. I kind of stolen a lot from What's Eating Gilbert Grape from Leonardo DiCaprio and his character.
Yeah.
I'd stolen from that character, and Josh and I had grown up with some special kids when we were in high school, and we had discussed those kids and characters, and we ended up coming up with this character that, for some reason or other, was very lovable and very, very funny. And the idea was that in some ways, his name was Byron. Did I say that already? And Byron was always the aggressor. Like, no one would ever make fun of Byron. In fact, we learned quickly that if on stage, if you made fun of the special character, the audience turned on you immediately and it was over. Right. But if the special character made fun of other people, the audience loved it. And it was amazing. So we found ways to put him in situations where he would win, where he would come out on top and make fun of other people who didn't quite believe in him, or would maybe not necessarily tease him, but sort of dismiss him in a way.
Right.
So we put him on game shows and stuff like that. That's awesome. We had a game show. We had a sketch called Special Jeopardy. And anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have the whole
you see how silent the audience is right now? They're like, you did what? Anyway.
We're so insensitive in the 90s.
We were. Jeez. Not that insensitive, I don't think.
Internet much? No.
Right.
No, not at all. Then.
No, but it was really great because I still admire the character. I really much love the character. I very much think that, and today people would still take it wrong. I think that
they would.
The idea would that they would take it wrong, not that we would be meaning it wrong, because he really always did triumph.
Yeah, the idea was to make him endearing, and whereas most people do take the shot and mess with people that are different and not like you or whatever, we would take that situation and make it real, but make him the hero, make him come out on top, and that
everybody has their quirks.
And at the end of the day, at the end of the sketch. Yeah. Big laughs because he did win.
I think everyone has their quirks, and I think it's okay to laugh at our quirks no matter who you are at the end of the day. And as long as you're not ripping on somebody for those quirks,
don't be cruel.
That laughing at them is fine. We get into. I don't want to talk about political correctness too much or anything like that.
It's crazy.
I don't want to do that or be like. Talk like that guy, or you know what I mean. But at the end of the day,
one of my best characters was Stripper Jesus.
Yes, Stripper Jesus was awesome.
Flip that pancake, shall we?
Y'all remember Michael Flatley, Lord of the Dance?
Yeah,
remember that? Remember all that and the Irish folk dancing?
Lord of the Dance.
Well, we came up with a sketch where it was Michael Flatley versus Jesus for the title of the Lord of the Dance.
And we did a song parody to Charlie Daniels' Devil Went Down to Georgia. Except we did. Jesus went down to Ireland.
And it was like, what was it? It was Jesus went down to Ireland on a cloud. He hopped aboard. He was looking for a man named Flatley who was calling himself the Lord. When he found this man in a ripped up shirt and a ballerina pose, Jesus jumped up on a cabbage clump and said, "Listen here, Twinkle Toes. I guess you didn't notice, but I already used that name. With a title like the Lord, there can't be two of the same."
You're a pretty good dancer, boy, but I challenge you to this duel, a little one-on-one dance marathon to see which Lord is the fool.
Well, Michael said, "My oh my, me boy, I know Jesus is hard to beat, but I'll take that chance. I'm the Lord of the dance, the best dancer on 2 feet. Michael, hop and skip your best and tear your clothes apart. Cause Jesus, he ain't never lost and ain't about to start. But if you win, you get to keep the fortune and the fame. But if you lose, you have to change your name." 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that was
Jesus didn't waste no time and said, "I'm going first." And then he slammed a glass of holy water to satisfy his thirst. Some angels came from overhead, there Jesus to assist, and they sounded their electric harps, and that sounded something like this. Then I danced, and I had my robe.
That's amazing.
I took it off, and I had a G-string.
Right.
Needless to say, yeah, he was Michael Flatley. Needless to say,
I can't even try to do it now. No way, I can't even try. I'd be hopping and I was younger. I was,
I won
at least a little thinner.
Because I'm Jesus, and I was wearing a G-string.
Yeah.
How could you lose?
Jesus retains the title of the Lord. I just want y'all to know. He retains the title of the Lord, or takes over not only the title of the Lord, but also the Lord of the dance. That's what he really wanted.
Does Michael Flatley get demoted?
Yeah, he takes it. He's like, look, it's Jesus. I'm cool with it.
You're right.
If I'm going to lose the title of the Lord of the dance, I'm glad it's to Jesus.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'll take the American's money instead.
Plus, I saw Jesus' butt. And what else are you going to do?
All right.
Right?
Give it up, guys. For Lord of the dance. That was amazing. All right.
Right?
By the way, that was written by Master Roshi, a.k.a. Mike McFarlane.
Mike McFarlane wrote that song.
Trivia, guys. Write that down.
Right.
All right. I would love an opportunity if you'd like to open up the up to audience questions. If you have, we have a dedicated mic right there. By all means, step on up and ask your question. Now is the time.
They're like, they talk too much. We have nothing else to ask.
Sub-Zero.
Go on.
Finish him.
What's up, man? What's your name?
My name is Danny, and I'm a big-ass fan of yours, but my question to you, Majin Buu, is, what is your absolute favorite finishing move in any Dragon Ball Z game you have ever touched? Turn you to chocolate!
That's the best one. I mean,
That is the best
things
one.
in the candy,
is that what he does?
chocolate, and
Right.
I don't know. Battle-wise, I don't know. What?
He doesn't have like a battle move, he says. He says, because Hercule, he's got like the super megaton punch.
Oh, no, I don't have anything like that.
Dynamite kick. And the dynamite kick. Exactly.
Yeah, I hate to ruin the answer, but that's about. I don't have any moves.
No?
I just turn things into chocolate and
Does
eat it.
Boo have a move that you are aware of?
Am I missing something? He's like, dude.
If anyone here ever played Budokai 3 or Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 2,
Yes.
I did. Yes, I played both.
Final Explosion. That's Vegeta's move, but he has like something similar to that, but that's the move.
But does he say something when that move happens? Or does he
I
go,
just make a bunch of noise.
right? Or is this just crazed?
See, this is the problem with Boo.
Oh, he's monkey. I'm monkey.
Yeah, remember that whole next time on Dragon Ball Z?
Next
watch
time
when
on
Boo
Dragon
says,
Ball Z.
Boo! That's all I ever said. I had no other lines except for Boo and
Well, thank you for answering my question. Have a great call.
My pleasure.
Sub-Zero. Finish him.
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Devontae. So,
Correct.
yep, thank you.
You get 1 point.
So recently I started working out. I wanted to know, what's the, as you know, Hercule, strongest in the universe, can't be beaten.
I'm the martial arts champion of the world.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like one punch and beer all the time. So I want to know, what
Yes.
is your workout regimen?
It is, I get up late. I usually have other people train my students for me. I have breakfast. Then I do a little bit of light jogging. Then I have second breakfast. And I take a nap. After that, play lots of video games. That's very important, sir. You want to get in shape? Video games will do it. That has for me.
Got to treat that glaucoma in the knee.
That's right. Got the glaucoma in my knee. Right?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
All right. If you don't mind, I have a question for both of you.
We do mind that. You have to pick one.
Aww.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Question for you, Mr. Torg and Hercule.
Yes.
How was it like working on Borderlands and with Borderlands? And why did you accept to be Mr. Torg?
Honestly, I knew I was going to be Mr. Torg before they did. I went into the audition, and a couple of my friends were there. We often see each other at these things. Although auditions don't take place like this anymore. They're now at home. You record stuff at home now. But I actually went into audition up at where Okratron was, where it previously was, not where it is now. Anyway, I was standing next to a friend of mine, Chad Klein. I'd kind of been looking through the characters, right? And they didn't have, usually when you go in an audition for something, they have a picture of the character, they have a description of that character, and then they have lines they want you to read of that character, right? Well, they didn't have a picture of Torg yet. It was just a picture of Randy Macho Man Savage, right? And I looked at my friend Chad and I go, dude, I hadn't read one line of this character. All I did was see Randy Macho Man Savage. And I looked at my friend Chad and go, I'm going to be this guy. He goes, how do you know? I go, I've been playing that guy for 15 years. Right? So all I did was sort of amp up my version of Mr. Satan. I probably went more heavy Randy Macho Man than I did Hogan. Hercule's a little more Hogan. Torg's a little more Macho Man, except like way freaking louder than Macho Man. Like where Macho Man's like, oh yeah, Torg's like, oh yeah, you son of a, So, excuse me.
So for Josh, you do Majin Buu.
Yes.
You also do Kid Buu.
Kid Buu, yes.
How do you go from this light, high-pitched Majin Buu to this like deep, scratchy Kid Buu?
I take a break. I take a quick break, and I do all of the fat one first because he's easier. He's just hi. He's not too gravelly, but the little one, little Kid Buu, just trashes my throat quickly. So I do all the big one first. And usually there's just enough where I got to do both of them all in the same.
Right, because there were scenes where y'all like fought each other.
Yes.
Right, you were fighting yourself.
Yes, that's interesting. And sometimes I got to listen to. I'm sorry, I just want to listen to it, and I'm like, okay, I'm the same person. I don't want to sound like
right.
Echoing myself in stereo the same.
You wanted to give them something different.
I did. Good. That was my idea. I hope it worked out. If not,
how do you feel about it?
It did.
Yeah, right.
He's like, he did. He nailed it.
Badass. Thank you, my brother.
Loved it.
I hope that answered. Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Actually, this question is for both of you. It's the last one.
The last question?
I'm assuming so.
Maybe.
You guys?
Oh, there's a guy behind you now.
Hey, that's what I'm talking
We're
about.
gonna keep going till
Is there a specific character or person in your life or a defining moment that led you down the path that you guys have chosen? Yeah, we're getting deep.
God, man, what was that about?
Well, okay, I'm going to take it all the way back to second grade, if I shall.
All right.
Give him a chance to think.
To put me on this path of acting. All right, I didn't. When this happened in second grade, I didn't say, okay, I'm going to absolutely be an actor, and along my journey, nothing else happened, because that didn't happen.
Of course.
However, when a certain moment happened in the play that I was in second grade, which was "You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown." All right, it's my first play ever, and I was Linus. I learned two things from there about acting. One
Do you
was
still have the blanket, like the Linus blanket?
no, and I can't find the VHS. That's another story.
If you do, I
So there were two things about acting that I learned. One was method acting, and there was a bit where Linus had gone off to spy on the other team, and he wrote all of his notes on a piece of bubble gum, and then he got busted, and so he ate the evidence. And so when he came back to tell everyone about it, he had to blow the bubble gum up to show them the evidence. Well, in the script, it said ABC gum, which has already been chewed gum. I didn't know what that was. And Jeff Childress's mom was the director, and she was like, here, Josh, I want you to take this gum and chew it up, and when you're done, give it to Miss Ramped. And she's going to hold on to it until you come off stage.
Right.
And then you're going to put it in your mouth and come back on stage and blow the bubble and do your line.
What the hell is wrong with you, lady?
Yeah, right.
What's the point of that?
But what told me I was hooked on acting was Linus's line when he goes, "Come on, Charlie Brown, you can do it." Boy, am I a hypocrite. I had no idea what hypocrite meant. I didn't know what I was saying. And I said it the first day, and Miss Childress goes, no, Josh. Come up here and go, "Come on, Charlie Brown, you can do it." Boy, am I a hypocrite. And I did it that night, and the crowd just went, and I went, "I want more of that."
If you can't tell by the accents, Josh went to school in Louisiana. It was great. That is a great
There it
story.
is.
I loved it.
I'm an actor from second grade.
That's crazy.
Boy, am I a hypocrite.
I guess I always had a passion for being on stage. It first came to me through music, being on stage, and I enjoyed performing music on stage, and I performed in symphonies and bands and things like that. It wasn't until I really got out of high school, and I was an artist. I was very much into drawing and art and those types of things, and I was kind of pretty sure that that's what I was going to do. I was going to be like a graphic artist or something. I was going to work with my hands in that capacity in some way. And I was going to the local community college. I did not have, and that I was paying for it for myself too, right? So I signed up for a Drawing 2 class, and in that Drawing 2 class, there was a lab. I'm like, a lab in a drawing class? And that lab fee was $16, right? And well, I didn't know it was going to, I had saved up the round amount of money to pay for those classes. I didn't have $16. So instead of taking that Drawing 2 class, I took Acting 1. Okay. And I never took a drawing class after that again. I had found my passion. I was like, whoa. Why haven't I been doing this the whole time? I loved it. I took an improv class soon, very, very much after that. Fell in love with improv, really pursued those things, ended up going to acting school and pursuing improv classes outside of that as well. Met these guys, and that was kind of the end of the story.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Timothy Dacus.
It is correct. Very good.
I have a nice question for Josh Martin. Growing up watching shows in the 90s during my childhood, and I noticed if you like always dressing up as TV characters, back in 1997, how was it dressing up as Barney the dinosaur?
Whoa, man, where'd you find that out?
My man, good man, doing the research. It was my first job out of acting school.
It was?
It was my very first major role. I'd done some little bitty, little extra parts here and there, but it was my first major gig. Yeah,
dude, it was huge, man. Me. Like as his little group of friends behind the scenes kind of thing, to realize and sort of think, and to really have a disdain for Barney, and to know that your friend has the potential, and then all of a sudden now it doesn't really register. You're like, dude, that's crazy. That's
It was
crazy,
great.
though.
It was awesome. It was amazing. I was 21 when I booked it. We had just graduated from acting school.
Literally.
Oh, congratulations.
And thank you. It was one of the faculty members paged me about the audition. I didn't have an agent yet.
We had pagers then, guys.
Yeah, you know what y'all don't even know what a pager is.
They know. They know.
Beepers, yeah.
It's like,
Right. They're coming back. People are like,
303, it's mom.
they're getting it.
So,
Pagers are hip now.
yeah, she told me about the audition. I was like, I ain't doing that. I am 20. I just turned 21. I'm way too cool for school,
Right.
pardon me. And
You're too school for cool.
Yeah, exactly. Any questions? So I said no. And she just looked at me. She was like my mom away from home. And she was like, I think you need to do this. I was like, okay. I went to acting school. This is what I'm supposed to do. So I went to the audition, and I do remember walking in and just thinking, okay, well, I do like Jim Henson and the Muppets. And my favorite is Mana Mana. And I swear to God, I'm telling the truth. I thought, Mana Mana, and it put a smile on my face. And I went in, I had a good-ass time doing it. And I didn't get home good before they called me back. Really? And then my teacher told me about the deal, and she was like, this is for a world tour. What? I asked Chris, because I was living with him.
Dude.
All my stuff fit in a cardboard box.
Right.
Like that big. Right
At any
there.
point, Josh and I could move our lives in a car.
Anywhere. Easy.
We could put our lives into a car and go somewhere else.
It's going to bug me if I don't fix it. Sorry. So, yeah. So 2 callbacks later, and I am on the road around the world, jumping around in a giant purple dinosaur costume.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah. Thanks
You know,
for
and we
bringing
were
that
just
up.
starting to like
You're
get some
welcome.
success as a comedy troupe and stuff like that, and to kind of lose Josh was kind of a big bummer and stuff like that. But he'd come back and he'd rejoin us and everything. But
Someone always goes solo. It happens in every boy band.
yeah.
Every-
Yeah, man. It was kind of like that, though. We did attribute our lifestyle to a bit of a rock and roll. We like sex, drugs, rock and roll. We were like sex, drugs, and comedy, man. And we kind of lived that lifestyle for a little while. It was really
It's like
stupid.
Josh is going rogue.
Really stupid.
I wish I can hear Barney's voice, but I noticed you did his body. Bob West is the one that did Barney's voice instead.
When I was doing it, yes, Bob West. He was actually a kind of vicarious inspiration, because I loved the voiceover from Mel Blanc to Animaniacs and that sort of thing, and I loved doing the costume as well. But I was always going like, that's a much cooler gig,
Right.
But because the DAT tape was in my ear all the time, I can do all the voices, and I had weird, horrible conversations.
Josh can do
between
all
three
of the
them.
voices. Like Josh can nail every single character on that show.
And remember, I love you.
Yeah, I remember when Barney first came to life, you were inside his body and he was skateboarding down the ramp and hit the tree.
I did do that one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the first episode, Tree
I got to
Mendes.
wear just from the waist down costume of Barney for that one, so that I could actually.
In the 90s, too, there was a bit of a news story while Josh was on set one day. Did you hear about that? It made national news that Barney caught on fire. Anybody remember that? In the 90s, there was a national news story that Barney had caught on fire. Guess who it was? I'm driving in my car one morning. I'm listening to Howard Stern, and they're talking about Barney the dinosaur catching on fire. I'm like, what? That's my friend.
It scared
They're talking about my friend.
What happened?
Well, I was in between the tour. David Joyner, who was doing the television show at the time,
The movie.
went to Montreal to do the movie.
Exactly.
And they could not halt PBS television production. So I auditioned for that part, and I am on 5 or 6 episodes of PBS. So I was filming that, and there was this shot where we're rehearsing. The table's supposed to shoot out popcorn, and I'm thinking, no, special effect. And I'm moving around. I smell smoke, and I'm starting to cough. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm looking out the mouth. My teeth are in, so the screen's on. Nobody can see my face. And I'm looking, and nobody's moving. They're just doing the regular deal. And all of a sudden, I couldn't get a clean breath at all. And I ran off stage yelling, get this off of me. And I could reach down and kind of chunk him off of me. Nobody knew I could do that. But as I ran, at that point, all of the smoke that was building up in my head came shooting out the mouths and out the back of the head as I'm running off.
Because that thing is like, other than the feet, it's one piece.
It's all one big costume from the ankle to the head.
It's a giant dinosaur onesie and then feet.
Right, you can't just take the head off and breathe.
No.
They have to let you out of this thing.
The whole thing has to
So it's
come
like,
off.
free me from this beast.
Literally.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
That's
wound up at
crazy.
the hospital and
well, thank you so much for your question, man. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And happy 30th anniversary to Barney.
And I love you.
Love you too, Barney.
Yeah.
All right, this is gonna be our last question, you guys. So, hi, what's your name?
Farrah.
Hi, Farrah.
Farrah.
Hello, Farrah.
So, this is just something that, like, I noticed while watching, Dragon Ball, not so much in Z, but, like, more towards Super. But, Majin Buu, he lives in Mr. Satan's house, he eats his food, and is prone to violent mood swings.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, Majin Buu is kind of like Mr. Satan's life.
Yes. No, we very much make fun of that very scenario. I mean, if you think back to the Z days, when this whole thing started, you know, Satan decided that, look, I can't kill the guy like he could anyway. He's like, I'll just get him to pretend to die. I'll take him out of the mix. We'll live inside this house that he made out of, well, candied people. Because that's what it was.
Use what you got.
Right? And, you know, I made him eggs. We took baths together. We sat around on the couch while I had cigars. And, I mean, you know, it was a real sort of like family atmosphere. And we like to call it the odd couple. You know, they're anime's odd couple.
Definitely.
You know.
Felix and Oscar.
Yeah, although in this case, you're Oscar and I'm Felix.
Yes.
But in real life, I'm Oscar and Josh is Felix. So that's a bit of a reversal.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, trust me, Satan loves Boo, but he fears the crap out of him. Because he knows at any moment, like I say the wrong thing, like he might not do it to me, but he might kill somebody I like. You know?
Much like a married couple.
Yes.
Like you were saying. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Thank you so much for your question.
Pleasure.
And thank you, everybody, for coming out to this panel. Whoa, that was a lot of fun. If you guys like that video, we got more great stuff for you by clicking right over here. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking here and give a thumbs up and a comment below. Florida SuperCon will be back at the Greater Fort Lauderdale Convention Center July 12th through the 15th. And if you guys want to get tickets, all you got to do is click here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.